What's up, everybody? Today we're going to look at a combo team put together by a community member, Reddit user Forte27, very similar to but not exactly like the Legend27.
Legend27.
They submitted this team list in the comments section of one of the past Reddit posts that I had made for one of the other combo videos, and when I read the team list I thought that looks really fun. I bet you a lot of people would enjoy playing around with that. So let's take a look at what Forte27
Legend27
put together here. So the combo team centers around Justice Marvel Boy. This is the uncommon Justice from the Civil War set. He's a 3-cost shield character, and his ability states, when Justice is blocked by multiple blocking character dice, he deals his full attack to each character die blocking him when dealing combat damage. How does this differ from normal attacking and blocking? Well, normally if the attacking character is double blocked, then the player with the attacking character assigns that character's damage in whatever way they choose amongst the blockers, either splitting their damage between them or placing all of the damage on one blocker. What Justice does, however, is he just takes his damage and applies it to both blocking characters, or all blocking characters if he's blocked by 3 or more dice. And that ability makes him really good at KOing things that are out on the field and dealing a lot of damage to characters. So the next question becomes, why would my opponent ever double or triple or quadruple block this character? And then how can we take advantage of that double block to actually deal our opponent damage rather than just KOing a bunch of their dice? Well, the answer to that first question comes in the form of globals that allow you to pay to force your opponent's characters to block. So Forte27 includes Wasp from the Civil War set that has the global that says pay a mask, target character die must block this turn. Another interesting choice here would be including Giant Spider from the second D&D set, as it says pay a shield, and it does exactly the same thing. But having the global be mask-centric actually helps out with some of our picks that we're about to make for this team. So we now have a way to force our opponent to block into our Justice. But now how do we deal damage with our Justice to our opponent's face? Well, if we give Justice the Overcrush keyword with something like this Mary Jane MJ from the Amazing Spider-Man set, then now something interesting happens. For total clarification, here's the Overcrush keyword definition on the Dicemasters keywords webpage. Overcrush says, when attacking, if this character KOs all of its blockers or they are removed for other reasons, it deals any remaining damage to your opponent. So let's say we roll 2 MJs, one comes up as a double mask face and one comes up as its character face. You field MJ, and MJ's ability reads, when fielded, target non-villain character die you control gains Overcrush this turn, blah blah blah, rest of that stuff doesn't matter. You target your Justice with that Overcrush keyword, and then you force your opponent to take 2 of their sidekicks and make those sidekicks block Justice, using the 2 masks that you rolled on the other MJ. And then let's say, for example, you have a level 3 Justice, so he's a 4/4, being blocked by 2 sidekicks, dealing his 4 attack damage to both sidekicks, KOing both sidekicks, and the remaining damage from each of those blockers, which is 3 for one and 3 for the other, now goes to your opponent's life. And then we can take it one step further and say, include a global ability that allows you to pay a fist and buff up your blocked attackers. So to increase our damage even more, our next inclusion is Cone of Cold. This is the reprint of Cone of Cold from the Iron Man and War Machine starter set, and it has a global ability that says pay 1 fist, target blocked character die gets +2 attack. Also of note, this is a basic action card, so it's not actually part of your 8-card team. It's part of those 2 basic actions that you bring. We'll talk about the other basic action in a moment after we've built the rest of the team. So the pieces are in place to hit our opponent in the face. Now what do we do? Well, there's a lot of energy and a lot of moving parts to this combo, so let's give ourselves some stuff that we can buy early that is low cost that helps us get to these energy types. MJ's already a 2-cost mask, so that helps us a ton. It does 2 things. It both gives us the Overcrush ability and also gives us masks to use for the Wasp global. Along those same lines, we're going to include the 2-cost Goblin that has the Swarm ability. It's a 2-cost fist character, so that gives us the ability to use it both as Swarm, which is ramp, and we can also roll it on its energy faces and use those for the Cone of Cold global. Speaking of some fist synergy, White Tiger here from the Amazing Spider-Man starter set has the global ability that says pay a fist. Once during your turn, each player must field a sidekick die from your used pile if able. Why is that good for us? Well, we'll get the most damage output if we attack into sidekick blockers. If we force sidekicks to block rather than characters with high defensive stats, then we can push a lot more damage through with all of these other global abilities that we have going on. Add in the fact that it's a fist global and you've got a great addition to this team. Now, in order to put this combo together, we're either going to have to be really lucky and land some sick god roll, or we're going to need some form of energy fixing. So the next card going into this team is Parallax, because it allows us to pay an energy to reroll any number of dice in our field zone or our reserve pool before the attack step. This card combined with some energy ramp via Swarm should allow us to both get enough dice out and then get them onto the sides we need to put the combo together. Now, in their comment, Forte27 left the last 2 spots open as sort of flex spots, put whatever you want in there. So with that prerogative, I'm going to throw in my favorite 2 utility cards. So we'll pop in Rip Hunter's Chalkboard. With all the 2 and 3 drops that we have, we can easily move those over when we buy them into the prep area. Plus it just speeds up the combo itself. And we'll throw in Captain Cold's Cold Gun because it's always good to have the ability to remove something or wipe something's card text that may prevent us from putting this combo together and killing our opponent. As for basic actions, I've already mentioned that we're using Cone of Cold, and that's a super big, important part of the combo. In fact, we've built around it in some ways by including a low-cost fist character in Goblin that gets us the fists we need to activate this global ability. Forte also left the other basic action spot open, and so after looking through all the basic actions, I actually kind of just decided there's not really one that I want to throw in there and give my opponent the benefit of using, so I just picked Kryptonite Threat, which is a 4-cost basic action card that says target character die can't block until the end of the turn, and then on those burst faces it basically gives you some ramp saying draw a die and add it to your prep area. The likelihood of my opponent buying this and using this is slim, and it does give me some slight benefit if I do have 4 energy that I want to spend on it, but outside of that it's basically just there to take up the spot and not give my opponent anything that they can do against me. So there you have it. That is Forte27's Justice combo team. Got a lot of moving parts, and I actually like that about it. I enjoy things that you have to kind of piece together. It feels like a puzzle that you're playing against an opponent, which is kind of an odd statement, but that's how it feels, so shut up. That's what I think. Sorry, I got a little worked up there. Anyway, what do you guys think about this team? Do you like the construction? Do you think you would make any changes? If so, which changes would you make? I personally think that all of this was very thought out and fits really well together, and I can't wait to give this team a try. Of course, unfortunately for me, I don't actually have a Mary Jane MJ, which means I have to go buy more packs of ASM. Not a lot to get excited about in that set. If you've got a cool combo that you'd like showing off, then post that in the comments below, and I'll see if I can put that together. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.